Welcome back, everybody. It is time now for Nell versus Morfin. For those who don't know, Nell just defeated Raito, the #1 seed of the tournament. This could be an absolute heater. Nell, for the longest time to me, has clearly been one of those players who's just close to breaking out to the top level, reaching that tier of people like Morfin, Raito, Kreutz, Ember, Pausia, all of those players, but just not taking that final step. If I had to classify Nell, I would say that Nell is the Titan Slayer. Nell beat Variety Bear a few tournaments ago. Nell beat me in UCHCS 11, I'm pretty sure. Nell just beat Raito. I mean, her resume is quite impressive. And now she has an opportunity to prove that she can do it against what is looking like the best player in the world right now. Morfin coming off a big win in Ignition, winning the largest tournament ever. I would say he's as close to a consensus #1 player as we've got right now. Both players, no issue getting through there. Oh, I like the placement by Morfin. And even more so, I like the placement by Nell. Morfin trying to force it so that you only have one attempt at getting that squeeze. Nell making it so that it's not a squeeze, something which I would say is significantly advantage for Morfin. Making it instead, I mean it is still a squeeze, but it's a different squeeze. You're going directly into the gap. Morfin, no problem getting through though. Gets the one block squeeze as well. Wow, already, I mean, round 2, this is insanely difficult. I'd say round 2, and this is already more difficult than any of the other matches we've seen in their entirety. Nell, on to her last life here. Wow, round 2, Morfin's up a point? You're kidding me. You are kidding me. Is this what it looks like to be the best in 2024? Nell heavily deliberating on what to place here. It looks like Nell... I'm a little bit surprised. Because that super jump setup, I know Nell is particularly good at super jumps. I know that for sure. But Morfin is the super jump guy. That is his thing. If there's a single player in the world best at super jumps, it is Morfin. And he shows it effortlessly clearing that spike ball. I'm surprised Nell didn't try and switch things up. Just allowing the super jump to happen. Doesn't look like Nell has the optimal method down. 1 life left. Let this... Well, you know, I'll wait. I'll wait until Nell goes for it. Nell dies. Let this be a lesson. If you are playing against Morph, if you want to be competitive in UCH in the year 2024, you got to remember, Morfin is that guy. You need to prepare your super jumps. If you aren't ready for something like that, you are not going to have a chance against this guy. Good placement by Nell. Making it not a super jump, but rather just a precise alignment. Definitely more favorable. Oh, now wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that a corner boost? I am so interested. I personally am so interested in seeing how this goes because Nell was talking the other day about how good she feels about her ability to do corner jumps. And I hope she makes it far enough to showcase it, because I really do want to see. This is difficult because for this setup, you need to have confidence that you're hitting the corner boost. And wait a minute, Nell, first try gets the corner boost. Doesn't commit to it, though. That's the problem. If I'm Morfin, I'm trying to remember, like, there's a 90-second run timer. This is a slow setup. You kind of have to be willing to commit. He had it, but he didn't commit. This is not something that you can so easily react to. Now, wait a minute. This is Nell's strong suit. Morfin all out of lives. Nell just about all out of time. You have to commit. It is now or never. Do you trust your corner jumps, Nell? Nell got it, but let go of the jump button too early. That was a corner boost. That is unfortunate. That is exactly the type of setup that Nell needed, and now Morfin's gonna have the chance to counterbuild. Oh, and even better, with those wires placed, Morfin no longer has the ability to bomb that wooden plank and force a super jump again. Oh, but wait a minute. Wait a minute. Morph's got his eyes on the prize. I see. Last round, he absolutely could have bombed the wires to make it not a corner boost. But he was waiting. He was waiting till the last moment so that he could force Nell to place this round to prevent the super jump. Wow, Morfin gets it. Incredible. But he dies to the arrow. Wait a minute. Okay. The difficulty has been nerfed. If Nell can make it through this setup, then it is absolutely realistic that she scores a point here. Makes it through the squeeze, but that the second squeeze where you need a non-sprint spin jump to get through, that's not easy. That is not easy by any means. Morfin goes for the 3x3 bomb. Yeah, this is gonna be a point of contention. This building is definitely going to determine the flow of the rest of the game. A little bit surprised by that spike ball placement by Nell. Because it felt to me like Nell had more opportunities to make it through there. I feel like if you have more opportunities to make it through the first setup, then your goal should be making the second setup easier. Even so. This is a scary setup to commit to. I am actually quite impressed at Morfin's ability to go bail out of a setup like this one. Nell! Okay, another chance here. Nell, you've got one life. Can you make it count? Now, for anyone who's not too familiar with UCH, who might be confused at what's happening here, just to clarify, those arrows, when they're breaking, that's just desync. On Nell's screen, she is avoiding the arrows as one normally would. The arrows are only breaking due to something called desync. Okay, Nell got the first placement down, but you gotta remember, if Morfin gets another bomb, it's still easy for him to force what he had the last round. Okay, this is a lot of timing now. Both of them really struggling to get that squeeze. Which, obviously not a slight against them, because that squeeze is not easy, not even a little bit easy. But Morfin! This spike ball is still difficult. Can he get it? He gets stuck on the corner, but has the recognition to not go for the jump. He gets the height, but doesn't commit. And he jumps a little bit too high. Nell, this is your placement. She makes it through. It was Morfin's game, but now, I mean, it's more up in the air. 3 turns left, but Nell only needs to make a 1-point comeback rather than 2. Morfin trying to force the super jump again. Whoa. Interesting. So from it looks like it's either forcing a super jump. You might be able to coyote directly from the mortar there. Let's find out. Both of them going a little bit too high for this squeeze. A little bit too high. Oh, and Morfin makes it. He has an opportunity now. This is not easy by any means, though. He gets the wide jump and makes it through. Nell, you have 1 life to respond. And she stays in this. When the pressure is high, when the stakes are there, Nell does not crumble. It makes sense to me now why Nell is the Titan Slayer. Ooh. Like the placement by Morfin. Wow. It looks to me like Morfin is mostly opting to just increase the difficulty, lower the chance that anyone's able to score to maintain that lead. But I don't know, against a player like Nell, that doesn't feel like the move. Nell has already shown time and time again that if anyone can do difficult setups in the heat of the moment, it's her. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. This is a massive opportunity. Morfin is blocking the arrow. The spike ball that Morfin placed is what's keeping his body keeping his body in the same plane as the arrow. That could come back to bite him. That makes the setup much more reasonable. You can stall, but it's not enough for Nell to make it 1 round left. Morfin, I like the idea there. It looks to me so far like Nell isn't super confident with exiting out of these columns. So forcing the landing on that half block is definitely a strong play. And yep, there it is. Seems like Nell doesn't quite have the technique down for that landing. Final life. Nell, can you do it? Morfin gets the landing, but he cannot align himself to go for that second jump there. Okay. Now wait a minute, Morfin made a fatal mistake! Blocking the arrow, but it doesn't matter, Nell dies, and Morfin takes it in the end, 2-1. Incredible play from both players. Morfin showing that there's a reason people are calling this guy the best in the world. Nell showing, you know, all those wins on good players, at a certain point, you really can't counter out. Great game overall. Once again, as always, we're going to be taking a quick break while we wait for the 6th round to begin, but we will be back soon with some more Grand Swiss 2.